Yo, what's good, everybody? We ain't going live today because I ain't made
What's
that
good?
mistake
What's good?
again. But like I say, like I start off everything, make sure you follow us at TURFN_101. That's on Instagram and on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. We got me, Ronay, my co-host Seuss, who just spin off, but he'll hop back on here. And then we
Right.
got a special guest, Kid Soul. I don't even want to say what community you're from. I'd rather you do all that. Can you just get to people a quick intro about like who you are, where you're from?
I go by Kid Soul, Los Angeles, California, jerk movement.
Jerk movement.
You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, or most of y'all, or all of y'all, remember me from Balada Footwear. So I had the shoe company in the 2000s, early 2010s. It blew up with the commercial "You're a Jerk," and then we just took it global with the jerk movement, the dance. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely had jerkers in the Bay. You know what I'm saying?
I for
So the
sure.
Bay definitely was with your boy, rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? With the jerk movement, Bay versus LA Part One, Bay versus LA Part Two. If you
Right.
know, you know.
And you know what's funny, bro? Like the one of the last interviews I just put up, her name is Tay Ninja. So she just won that.
Tay Ninja was in Bay versus LA
She was
Part
a
One.
yeah, but she was a jerker. We didn't
Yes,
know
she was the
at
jerker
first.
first.
She was a
Yes,
jerker first before a turfer. She just won the
yes.
San Jose qualifier, but she go hard though. When she said that, I was like, I didn't even know. I was like in her interview, I was like, well, speak on it. I forgot the name of her group, but she was a whole jerker.
Bay Figures.
Yeah,
They had Space Cadets, Nene So Dope, and Alicia Mack. Bay Royale, the females, when Bay Royale versus the LA Female Storm, the Two Tone Twins, and Isha. That video alone is 10 million views right now.
damn.
So
Yeah.
the jerk movement, you know what I'm saying? It's not just like a local thing. It was extremely global.
Yeah, like that was around the time where what's that group name, man? They had that "Miss Me, Kiss Me" song. That shit used to slap.
Cold Flames, and they have a new
Oh,
record out
Flame.
right now with my man Kang. Cold
Yeah,
Flames had Miss Me, Kiss Me, but they have a new record out right now with my man Kang. You understand? Kang is big, blowing up big right now. So
right.
if you don't know, check him out. You know what I'm
So
saying? So
do you do like I know we gonna go back to the history, but since we on this right now, what do you do as far as entertainment business? What is your handles right now?
I'm a marketing major.
Got
So originally I come from the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I came in doing marketing. I started with BMG when I was 15 years old.
Whoa.
My angle was marketing. I did marketing. I was actually working for Warner Brothers when we brought the New Boys over to Villado.
Right.
And then I started Breakfast Club. I started Breakfast Club in 2008.
So you started the group Breakfast Club. Did it include some of those artists? Because I remember you saying off the messages that a lot of the artists
Okay,
started off as
well,
like burgers.
when okay, so I did the You're a Jerk video with the New Boys.
You're right.
I did
Yeah.
like the clothing and stuff like that, brought in the brands and stuff like that. And at that video shoot, majority of the crews were there. The Rangers,
Right.
Indigo Vanity, all the crews that were there. Fantastic LOL Kids, like all the big crews at that time, action figures, they were all there at that video shoot. So I was able to meet the majority of the early version of the jerk movement, you know what I'm saying, at that big video shoot. But that was like that video shoot maybe like that's like 2008 or 9. I had already been a part of it for like 5 years.
So were they also jerkers or were they just music?
Everybody started out as jerkers. That was the wave at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, we were all on that wave. The style of dress, the music influence. That's the difference between other dance styles and our style. Other dance styles, they dance to mixes. You know, but our dance style has the dance, it has the dress style, and then it has its own artist inside the culture
Yo,
itself. So we're
Right.
dancing to our own artist's music. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you have the New Boys, you have Young Sam, you have Cold Flames, you have Breakfast
Young
Club,
Cam
you
for
have
sure.
Indigo Vanity, you have
Right.
J20, you have West Nile. You get a Young Incredible, ISIS. You get all these people that come out of that, subculture.
So are you familiar with the? I know you are, but I'm just asking this from my standpoint. Are you familiar with Tiger, the artist Tiger, right?
Yes. So
Um,
Tiger is a part
he
of. He
changed.
comes out of the jerk movement.
See, I was
Tiger
gonna
comes.
say his style
Yeah.
changed. Back then, it changed to that deeper tone, certain type of beat that almost sounded like some Bay Area.
Same thing for YG. So in the
Right,
early
he
years,
changed. Yeah,
So in the early years, we were doing the Power 106 games. We were doing like you would go to the high schools, and then the radio station's basketball team would play against the high school team. Then we would perform at halftime. So it would be like Pusha Inc. It'd be like YG, and then Breakfast Club, and then it would bring in like a major artist. E40 will come in, or whoever was really popping that on the radio at that time, and then we have all of us come in because the jerk movement was killing, and this was like the early years. But then as the artists like Tiger or YG start to transition, they transition them into something else. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, in the early years, we did all those tours. We're on those tours together. YG, Asian Lynn, TF Third. What's that other kid name that sings with him? That sings with YG. You know what I'm saying? Because they're doing Tooted and Booted. You know what I'm saying? We're working
yeah,
that record. You know what I'm saying? We're working Tooted and Booted. We're doing She's a Model. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
in the early years, you know, that was those artists, and then you get another wave, which will be like the Rangers becoming artists, Young Sam, Marvel Inc.,
right,
Breakfast Club, Young Incredible. You get all these artists, Lost Generation from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? HB to Mac from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? SK from the Bay. My man Gravity from the Bay. You get all these Bay jerkers that start making and producing music also. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it just starts spreading from there. You know what I'm saying? Because originally, you know what I'm saying, when we started jerking, we were kind of jerking to hyphy music because the pack came out
Yeah,
with that strap my
right.
Vans on, but they look like
Yeah.
sneakers, strap my
And we
Vans
started
on, but
kind of
they
blending sounds.
yeah,
That's what we're trying to say. Like,
the pack
hey,
would
everybody
come
kind of
down.
we have a
You know what I'm
Cali
saying?
sound. We have a Cali
That
sound now, kind
Yeah,
of.
you know what I'm saying, that sound, you know what I'm saying, that sound, we incorporated it, you know what I'm saying, in the early parts of the function music, and that comes directly from the clowns. You know what I'm saying? Because the clowns threw these functions and they made these mixes, you know what I'm saying, and that perpetuated that dance style. You know what I'm saying? Because you have all these kids coming from all these different neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? And they're bringing in these dance styles from their hoods. But you can do that with the clowns because you can mix that. And then you're able to do that with the jerkers. So we're able to bring in, you know what I'm saying? You've turned them into dances, but they're actually the crip walk or the Hoover stomp, or
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I'm
for
saying,
sure. For sure.
those are parts, you know what I'm saying, that we've added into the jerk movement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, or have been added into our hip hop dance style culture. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny.
All
It's
come
funny.
all come from, you know what I'm saying, the early parts when I saw it in the early late, you know what I'm saying, 90s, early 2000s with, Tommy and Homeboy and Scooter, and you know what I'm saying, all the, the clowns that started that, Tight Eyes, and you know what I'm saying, Miss Prissy, that, Boomer, all that original, LA bass, you know what I'm saying, where it all comes from. Crump, clown, jerk.
Yeah. So it's funny. It sounds kind of like our story where Turfn people don't really know from where we're from. It was really called hitting it back in the day.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
because turf dancing literally means like there are different turfs up here. That's what we call blocks of
Yeah,
the hood.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They turfs had their own dances, and so what happened was you got a crop of people who was able to mimic everybody's dances and start putting it together on top of other dances that we regularly do, and that's how that turfing kind of got formed. Really, you got the 10th Street, you got the Brookfield. Every turf somebody did something. Then you
Yeah,
had us.
yeah.
Like, I'm a second generation where we could mimic everybody's shit. Then we go to parties and we'll do it in succession, damn near, and just put other stuff on it. And that's how it came together.
Your man Johnny, he champions y'all. You know what I'm saying? He really gets out there and he does his thing
No, for sure. Johnny actually was in the group Turfings that made that Turfing in the Rain video.
Yeah,
Johnny,
yeah. That's
he,
the first one I saw. That
yeah,
Yak
he's in the
Film
Turf.
shit. That's the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one I saw. Turfing in the Rain, bruh. That's the
Yeah,
first
that,
one
that
I
put us
saw back
on.
in the
That put
day.
us on
And
because
I was
Mike
like,
has been
this
going on
shit
since the
is
mid
crazy,
'90s, bro.
bro. You're talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about prior to the internet. You're saying
Yeah,
like the jerk movement starts as the internet, as YouTube starts. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because we're coming off of AIM and MySpace. And as we transition from AIM and MySpace, we transition to YouTube. And then, so on and so forth. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So we have some like old history when it comes to that. But then I go deeper because I do the 80s and 90s also.
Right. So let's get back. Let's get some into you a little bit, bro. So for you, like, let's take it all the way back. Where did it start for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what sparked your love for like dance and artistry and everything?
Bro, you said, yo, so, you know, in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, we used to have these freak parties, bro. I only told this story to like my girl. I never really told this to nobody. But I'm gonna tell it to you because it's the truth and you asked. You know what I'm saying? So we used to have these freak parties, right? And they used to do
Uh,
they used to do these little, I'm talking about, quarter parties like in Cooley High. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That
like
shit is
that type
real.
shit.
I lived it, so I know it's real.
Wait. Tell the audience when, if you don't mind, bro, because tell them what year, because you tell them when you were born, bro, if you don't mind, because they gotta hear you like from the start. Like, where were you? What,
73, bro. 73.
thank you. That's what I'm saying. So hey,
So
this is
this is Michael Jackson off the wall. This is 79. This is 79
'79.
80.
I
79
wasn't
80.
even born
This
yet.
is this is Michael Jackson off the wall and Prince's 1999 album. So
Right,
this is then.
right.
So this is when we're playing records. You know what I'm saying? And we're coming
Yeah,
into the parties
and
and
that spinning
you
actual.
is a girl or a dude at the front, and you give them a quarter, just like in Cooley High. You know what I'm saying? You
Bruh,
go in, and
really?
there's a table in the back, and there's Kool Aid and
Bruh,
chips and
that's
shit.
spinning vinyls, bruh.
Yeah,
Vinyls.
we're playing, bro. There's somebody playing records, and there's a time when the lights are on, and there's a time when the lights are off. Now, you know what I'm saying? So the thing about it, I couldn't dance worth jack. You know what I'm saying? So when it was time to do the freak line, I couldn't
Mhm.
do it. So the girls would just push me out the line like you whack. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't
Wait,
dance.
you gotta describe this freak
Yeah,
line. Is
I
it like
couldn't do
everybody
it,
in the
bro.
line and you just swaying on the move?
Yeah, I couldn't get the hip shit. I couldn't get the rotation. You know what I'm saying? And you're
All right, so
talking about
hold on.
we're dancing to Michael Jackson's.
So as a jerk
This is
dancer, you couldn't get the
1979,
hip shit.
1979, 1980, and we're dancing to Michael Jackson's PYT, and
Yeah,
I
so this
can't
is
get it.
like,
So that where did you come from,
wait,
baby?
let me do
And
it. You in
ooh,
that line trying to pop.
yeah, and you have to like,
Yeah.
you
You gotta
sway
have that
back and
motion.
forth. But the ones that really are good can like sway back and forth and then switch and
And
dance
then
with the
flip.
girl behind them, and then
Behind you.
switch back and forth and dance with the girl in front of them. Like
Hey,
nigga
with
got
that line be
footwork. You
like
know what
30
I'm saying?
people. You got like
Yeah,
30 people.
cause y'all back to back. It's like girl boy, girl boy, girl boy, girl boy. It's like 10 of us in a line, you know what I'm saying? And you can go back, yeah. So you can dance with the girl in front of you, dance with the girl in back of you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? If you good. But
if you
I'm
good.
trash.
I'm sorry.
It takes me about like 2 months, like 2 months or so to get good. And
Yeah,
bro, when I get good, you know what I'm saying, that's when it, that's
yeah.
when
Now you hopping out the line. And you going
yeah,
to the
that's when
back of
I'm
the
like,
line.
yo,
Watch
this is
out.
this is what I want to do. Yeah, I want I
All
want
right,
to be
so
I want to
I
be a
missed
dancer.
I missed the first part. My bad. I was having some
No, you good.
technical
Welcome back,
difficulties with
Suze.
my door, and then they just
You know what I'm
came
saying?
in.
That that's when I fell in love with it. But it was, when I became a hip hop dancer, it
Right.
was it was Heavy D and the Boys. Heavy D and the Boys. It was a program that used to come out called Video Music Box. And Heavy D and the Boys, and you used to have to
Hell
pay.
You
You
yeah,
have
the
to
box.
pay for the
Wait,
video.
the
It cost
box?
like
You talking about
99
the
cents.
box? The
Yeah,
scrolling box? Come on, we
yeah,
got
Yeah,
you
he
that.
have to
talking
Hey,
like
about the
we in
like
box,
it would
nigga.
come on,
Yeah, we all
bro.
had
This was
that,
like
man.
this was like early cable, and you got to pay. This was like
had to pay. You had to.
this is like this is like late 80s, early 90s when Heavy
Yeah,
D comes out and they have a video called We Got Our Own Thing. And when them niggas is dancing, they hitting that shit. We got our own thing. I'm like, yo. So, bro, that inspired me to be a dancer.
So is that the New Jack Swing? Is that kind of New Jack Swingish?
It was like scooping. It was like scoop and scrap lover. It was like heart and soul. Bobby
Yeah,
Brown's dancers, heavy
Yeah,
D
New
yeah,
Jack
yeah,
Swing.
yeah.
dancers,
That's a
New
New
Jack
Jack
Swing
Swing
flat
Jack
dance.
top.
dancers, the Soul Brothers. Like I had the flat top. I had
Yeah,
the small dreads. This is
Definitely
like
New Jack
late
Swing.
'80s, early '90s. You know what I'm
that
saying?
definitely. Yeah.
And when I turned 15, I started working for BMG
So what
in
year
the
is this
music
now?
business, and I'm in a dance group called House Bums, which
So
we're a
what
house
year is
dance
this
group. So
that
I'm
you're
a
at
house dancer.
BMG?
I become a house dancer in like the late '80s, early '90s, and I'm working for BMG, and BMG is just starting. We have Schoolie D, A Tribe Called Quest,
A
Too
Tribe Called
Short,
Quest.
Boogie Down Productions, and Kumo D. That is my
Oh
Bro,
man,
introduction
that's
to hip
heat.
hop.
you are a part of history,
And
bro.
I'm 15 years
That's
old.
big.
I'm 15 years old. I'm 15 years old, and my sister is the West Coast regional, so she has the whole West Coast of the United States, and my boss is the A&R of RCA. So I'm doing pass letters. That was my job. So I'm an intern, and my job was to listen to artists' music and let him know if it was dope or not.
Wow.
That was my job at 15. And guess what's one of the promos that came across my table was Wu-Tang's Protect Your Neck. Bro, I
You,
had Wu-Tang's Protect Your Neck promo trying to get signed way before, bro. I had the Roots promo when they was trying to get signed. Bro, I had people's albums way before you even, bro. As a kid, I had music way before, because I was in the industry. You know what I'm saying? I was a runner. Bro, I had a time as I was outside. I went to all the clubs. At 15, they had teen clubs and then they had the adult clubs. So the teen clubs were like Black and Blue, Radiotron, Ballistics, Aki Brulan, Brown Rice and Barbecue, the Black Radio, Napoleons, Apollo West. You know what I'm saying? So I honed my skills dancing, battling in the clubs. Club Unity. I threw with the LA Breakers, Funky Circle. All these clubs are like late '80s, early '90s. And I on another podcast, which was can I mention it to somebody else?
go ahead,
Which
Yeah,
no.
was
do
which
your
was
thing.
Drink Champs. Yeah, Drink Champs had my man Will I Am, and he had Taboo on there. Bro, we used to battle them niggas to death up in the clubs. You know what I'm saying? We used to, because they used to be from a group called Tribal Nation.
Right.
And
So these are the Black Eyed
Will
So,
Peas.
Ice
all
Right?
Fish
right. So
too.
you're from. Hold on. So, sorry, I had to deal with something. So I had questions for you already. Sorry, I got a lot going on.
No, you
It's
good.
all good, G.
So
It's all
you're
good.
you're from L.A. or you from New
Originally
York?
born? No,
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean like
born in New
raised.
York. I was born in the South Bronx, New York City. I was raised in Los Angeles, California. I moved to Los Angeles, California in 1970.
Okay, how old were you?
When I moved to California,
Yeah.
I was 6. I was 6 years old when I moved to California.
What was that?
To Los
What
Angeles.
was that?
Los Angeles, but not California, Los
Los
Angeles.
Angeles.
Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
exactly. In California, hella big.
So I was born in the Bronx. South
Okay,
Bronx,
born
Katona
in the
Park.
Bronx, raised until you was 6, and then what is that energy like though when you come to California? Like, is it a culture shock for you at 6? Because I know at 6, nigga,
I
I was
got I
walking
have
home
I have 3 older
or walking
sisters.
home from
So
school.
I got 3 older sisters, and we're all New Yorkers. So just imagine New Yorkers coming to your area right now, and how you would feel. You know what I'm saying? It would be the same energy. We wasn't greeted with friendship. You know what I'm saying? We had the squad. You know what I'm saying? It was get 'em up city. You know what I'm saying? Because of the accent. As soon as we came in, we played different games. We moved different. We talked different. Our stance was different. You know what I'm saying? When we moved to LA, we moved to the J's. We moved into to the jungle before it was actually the jungle. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that area wasn't the jungle yet when we got there. You know what I'm saying? I went to Hillcrest Elementary School. You know what I'm saying? I went to Audubon Junior High School and Dorsey High School. You know what I'm saying? I'm from LA. You know
You
what I'm
was
saying?
with the
So,
shit. You was in.
you know,
Yeah, he in a mix of the
you know what I'm saying?
shit.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I from Los Angeles. So when we got here, it was if we wasn't greeted with it, we had to, adapt and adjust to it. You know what I'm saying? But when I got here, I had already seen hip hop, from a tender age because I have, older sisters that were bringing it in. We would go out to the park, Katona Park, and they had jams in the park. When I was a kid riding big wheels, so I'd already seen it. So when we got to LA, there wasn't anything like that. They didn't know what we knew and saw what we saw. It took a couple years before it got there
That's that's
because there
pretty
was no
dope.
social media. People had to bring hip hop to LA
It's a
or to
dope origin
California.
story. I think it's always interesting to hear people that either grew up in LA or assimilated to the LA culture because it's all California, but the Bay culture is so different.
Is way different. The Bay
It's
is its own
way different.
entity.
But at the same
Y'all in
time,
your own
it's
y'all in your
still
own
equally as
continent,
dangerous.
and LA is its own continent.
Yeah.
And then you have to break that down. Watts, Compton, El South
It
Central
might as
is
well be
different.
different states at sometimes. Like Northern
Yeah,
California,
we
Southern
don't move like
California,
that.
totally
Like
Right.
different.
like whenever I come up to the Bay, it's on it's on invite. It's on invitation. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just, casually, sliding through your city, what I'm saying, like that. It's gonna be
Oh
on
no, we don't.
invitation
We
or
don't.
I got
Niggas don't
business.
even trip like that though. They
Oh
don't
man,
like.
you'd be surprised, bruh. You'd be
I was gonna
I
surprised.
mean, depending on
say,
where you going,
depending on where
when
you
you
going,
in the
bro.
Bay.
Because
Yeah, well, you're saying same thing over here. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
You can't just go to any Roscoe's. You
bro,
can't.
I be telling people that,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? You
Like,
can't
yo,
just
Yeah.
pull
don't
up
go to
at
that
That's
any
a
hamburger
Manchester one.
stand and
Stay
think you're
away
gonna
from the
just get any
Manchester
old burger.
Roscoe, y'all.
You can't just go to any, burger spot. You can't just
Right.
go to any chicken wing spot. No, it don't work like that,
I mean,
bro.
that's if the funny thing is that
Bro, it's true. That's
the
like you
best
trying to go
food.
to the this green side, the Green Valley in the corns. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah,
It's the
yeah, yeah,
truth.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
You
I
want me to
mean
lie? You
some of
want
the
me to
best
lie to
food
you?
is
I'll
always
lie
in
to
the
you.
hood.
We know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You want me to lie to you? I'll lie to you.
No, no, no. I don't
You know
like
what I'm
being lied.
saying?
What you doing?
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm coming your way, you know I'm coming, and you already told your people I'm coming, so they know I'm coming. So they know,
Yeah,
yo, you know what I'm saying? You see a certain car pulling up on the block, that's him.
Right.
That's the same courtesy I would do for you.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I would make sure you good where we go. Shit.
So when you came back, you in LA now, right? We in the 79, you said, right?
Yes.
So you already got your dance style, right? Like, how did you transition? How did the LA culture change your
Okay,
dance style?
so breaking comes first.
Right,
And when breaking comes in, that's the 80s. And then
right,
as breaking starts to go out like the late 80s,
uh-huh,
it doesn't go out, it just goes into a different phase of it, and which is like a more underground. People still break. I still go to a lot of jams, a lot of
uh-huh,
functions, and people are still breaking,
right,
but not like it was, saying in the glory years of it. You know what I'm saying? And then it has its resurgence now with the Red Bull stuff. You know what I'm saying? And all the countries breaking and stuff like that. It's more like a
yeah, hit the
international thing.
Olympics, shit, yeah,
Yeah, an Olympic kind of thing. It's evolved to that now. But I've
Yeah,
seen it from its conception. I've seen it from its earliest years.
right,
yeah.
So what happens is house music comes in. There's a time when every song is mixed multiple times. Like you put out a record, it'll have like 8 different versions. It'll have we used to call them maxi mixes. They were these cassettes that had like one song but had like 8 different versions. And house dancing came out. That smooth style, like when a tribe hit with that smooth jazzy style, and Gangstar hit with that smooth jazzy style, and Mob Deep hit with that smooth jazzy style, that late 80s, what I'm saying, that style came in. Layla Hathaway and Sybil, and what I'm saying,
that
you
Diggable
know,
Planets,
we start dancing real jazzy, what I'm saying, we
yeah,
have that style. What I'm saying, this style comes out and it's called house dancing. Or that's at least what we called it in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
are you
I'm I'm a 80s baby, but I'm a 90s teenager. So in the 90s, I become a house dancer, and I joined a group called the House Bums in the early 90s, and then we have different variations of it. But because in my teenage years, I'm working for the record company,
Okay.
I live in Hollywood. So all the clubs are in Hollywood. Hollywood Live is one of the biggest clubs that's there. And then you have Ballistics. Have you ever seen Married with Children? That
yeah, of
okay,
course.
the kid on there, his name is Bud Bundy. He used to throw a club called Ballistics on Santa Monica. On two, yeah,
Bud Bunny,
it was
the
a
one who
club.
started
It was a
rapping.
team. Yeah, Rap Master B. He used to be a rapper. He had a record out and everything. But he
Yeah,
started throwing a club called Ballistics on Tuesdays in Hollywood. It was a teen club,
right.
and we used to go. That's the first time I ever battled Will I Am was at Ballistics. Me and my dance partner, his name is Hobo. But
I'm
you
busy
ever
right now.
seen? Do you watch Black Lightning? You ever the TV show Black Lightning?
Black
Yeah,
Lightning.
yeah, yeah. Black Lightning, the
Okay,
superhero.
okay. The TV show Black Lightning. The villain on that
Superhero
TV
shit.
show
Yeah,
is an
yeah.
albino kid, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvin Jones. He was my dance partner as a kid. So
Word.
me and him were dance partners as kids.
Wow, man.
That's
So
hella
me and
tight.
Mar and Marvin Jones is
Yeah.
a rap artist that goes by Crondon. So his rap name is Crondon. So I have a whole bro
Wait, so let me ask you a question about housing because we got a little housing. So do you know the group Housing Authority?
housing authority from Los Angeles.
Are they from? Yeah, I think they're from Los Angeles, right? I think they are, right? So this is a Rail group, Rail and Corey and Rich Tone, right? It's like Rich Fly,
When I was a teenager, they had like Daisy Age, Bad Habits, Majestics, The System, SWAT Team, um, Troubles,
right?
um, Bad Habits. It was so many house dance crews because you had house dancing and then you had tagging at the same time. It was like a lot of cliques and crews going on at that time. But house dancing
Right.
is what we did. And this is like when we rode the bus. We used to ride the RTD back then to get back.
So from a cultural perspective, when did it switch? Because what I'm hearing is house dancing must have been heavy influenced by African Americans. But when you talk about house dancing, let's say now, and most people think about it, you're not thinking. You're thinking of
No, when we
Hold on.
were when the
Can,
house
can I
dancing
can I
that we
can I
did.
can I add on to that question?
yeah, uh huh,
Okay.
I want to add on to that question because when I was on the panel, I don't know his full name, Donnie from the city, that started off boogalooing and
Mhm.
strutting. He said they didn't know around your era actually. People wasn't doing breakdancing. They wasn't doing that. They wasn't spinning
right.
on their head. They wasn't doing all of that. And then it was
Okay.
a
So
yeah. So I want to know what you think about like because it didn't start out here.
okay.
So what did you
So
think about like that? You know what I mean? Like coming into this space in California because they used to do boogaloo, strutting, and robot.
okay. The boogaloo strutting, popping, locking, that is before my era. So I am a member of the Los Angeles Breakers, but I joined the Los Angeles Breakers
Ah,
in 1992. You know what I'm saying? After they have already done everything that they had done.
Mm.
So that would be another interview. And I have the perfect person, and that is Captain Freeze of the Los Angeles Breakers. If I
we
can
got it,
get him
Captain
to give
Freeze.
you an
Shout out. We
interview,
got to get him.
Put him in a minute.
I will ask him. So I'm a member of the Los Angeles Breakers, but I joined the Los Angeles Breakers in 1992. I am also a member of House Bums at that time. So in '92, I had already seen breaking from the '80s. You understand? I had seen it from the late '70s and in the '80s. And I meet the LA Breakers, but they are going by critical body mechanics at this time. And this is like 91, 92 at a club called Black and Blue on Santa Monica, and they are breaking. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like I hadn't seen breaking in a minute. So I introduced myself. We battled that night. Me and Hobo Marvin Jones from Black Lightning battled Daisy Age that night. You know what I'm saying? At a club called Black and Blue. We're house dancers in LA, and I meet LA Breakers for the first time that night. And then I joined LA Breakers a few months down the line. But that question you have goes to a person that has a higher authority and more knowledge than I do of that particular topic because he is older than me and he started dancing way before me. He battled Shabadoo. That's how bad that motherfucker is.
Yeah.
He battled Ozone, Shabadoo. That's how bad this nigga is. Captain Freeze.
Right.
Freeze is the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So if I can get him,
Hell
I'll have
yeah.
him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that'd be
I'll
fun.
have
Please,
him.
we'd love to
All
have you,
right, so
brother.
I got a
And he
question
will
for
get a whole LA culture, something else.
Man, you got so much history. Like,
so.
we still on the house. We gonna move to the jerking, right?
I
Let what on the
Okay.
house no. So
So
was that art like
as breaking goes out, I'm living in Los Angeles, and then in nine, I'm living in Hollywood at this point, and I'm 15, and I work for BMG, and these clubs are going on. But at the same time, the adult clubs are going on. So Prince opens up a club called Glam Slam,
right?
and is in downtown LA. And the club holds about 2,500. And everybody comes and performs at Glam Slam. My brother-in-law is the head chef at Glam Slam. So I'm in the ninth grade.
Damn.
You know, I know I'm 15. I should be not in the ninth
So
grade, but I
this when
had some
you but
trouble
this when you
out of
at
college.
Dorsey. So you at Dorsey, right?
No,
At
no,
this
I'm at this particular time, I'm in the ninth grade. I'm going to Bancroft Junior High. Because
okay.
back then,
Oh, it's seventh through ninth. I'm
yes,
like,
no, no,
yeah,
yeah, back
yeah,
then
I
it was
remember.
7th through ninth, and then
Yeah,
high school was 10th, 11th, and 12th.
10th and up. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the ninth grade, and this is '89, and my brother-in-law is the head chef at Glam Slam, and I'm in a dance group called House Bums, and it's like 15 of us. You know what I'm saying? And we go to the club. You talking about seventh, eighth, and ninth graders
Little babies.
in there, and we're battling. We go to battle. Like at this time, the mop tops are hot. Mariah Carey puts out that Dream Lover video with the
Yeah,
mop tops in it,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
mop tops is in that Dream
Yeah.
Lover
Man, they
come rescue me. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is in the club that night.
oh, shit.
We in there serve. I don't care. You find me one of them mop tops. Put them on the interview. We served them niggas a shit sandwich. We gave them niggas the blues.
Mom,
Bro, anytime cats came into our city and you came up in one of these clubs, we gave y'all the business. We were serious about them dance steps. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you some for my hip hop heads. You know what I'm saying? Cats that were dancers when I was a kid. Like one of my favorite MCs, and he's on the top 50 best hip hop rap artist on the West Coast, which is Razzcast. When I first met
Razzcast.
Razzcast, he was a dancer. He was in a group called
Really?
Dynamite Soul. Yeah, he can
Razzcast, y'all
rap.
hear this? I think this might be the first time you might just be giving some information. This is the first
Yeah,
time people hear
you
this, bro.
said same
Razzcast
thing. When
was
I
a
first met
dancer.
Will I Am, he was a dancer. You're saying, but when I first met Raz, he was a dancer, and he was in a group called Dynamite Soul. You're saying, and this is the first time I ever met him. So we were at a club called Hollywood Live, and Hollywood Live is on Hollywood Boulevard. Now it's the El Capitan Theater. That big ass movie theater on
Big ass.
Hollywood Boulevard used to be a club called Hollywood Live.
Right.
It used to be a club, and it used to cost 99 cents to get in. 99 cents,
Crazy.
and they would put the guys on one side,
It
and
cost the price of an Arizona tea to
yeah,
get
it cost on my mother. It cost 99, and they'll put the guys on one side and the girls on the other side, going down the boulevard, and you get a dude the dollar, and he actually gave you the little penny back. All right, on me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's me and Hobo, Marvin Jones, you know what I'm saying? Because me and him are dance partners. And we're at Hollywood Live. Everybody, Marvin doesn't live in Hollywood. I'm the only one that lives in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? But other cats in my dance group live in LA. And this is back when the buses don't run 24 hours. So when cats would come to Hollywood, they would all stay at my house. So when my mother would wake up in the morning, it's like 15 bodies all over my floor because the buses don't start running again until like 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Because cats can't catch the bus back down to their house. You know what I'm saying? So, cats would just come up, spend the night in my house, and then go back home. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we're up in the spot, and back then there would be two circles in the club. You know what I'm saying? For real dancers, real battle dancers, real house dancers, you know. You know what I'm saying? There'll be the big circle, and then you got like the practice circle. So like if you just walking in, you want to warm up, you
You
know what
want
I'm
to
saying?
warm
You
up?
might hit
Yeah.
the practice circle, you know what I'm saying? Serve two or three whack niggas in the practice circle real quick. You know what I'm saying? To get your get your buzz on and shit.
Right. Right.
I'm in there. I got my backpack on. I got my dance shoes in my backpack. So I got a little fifth of Hennessy, in my shit,
Yeah.
and my little buzz on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Me and this nigga Hobo, you know what I'm saying? We in there and shit. We ready. You know what I'm saying? So, we in there, and we hit the big circle right off the bat. Like niggas is in the big circle. And me and Hobo are dance partners, so we got our own routines
Right.
inside of the base of the groove. You know what I'm saying? So when we hit the circle is body circle. So I like slide in between the nigga body and
Yeah.
then open up. Bow, and then me and this nigga start rocking. So he
Yeah.
rocking on one side, and I'm rocking on the other side as we rotate in the circle. Ha! And we just we rocking that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? And the circle is packed, and these niggas, this shit is don't, that, don't. You know what I'm saying? So we man is firing this bitch, and this nigga Raz Kaz, bro. He comes in wearing a potato sack. He's wearing a potato sack. So he has the legs cut out, and his legs are through the out
Yeah.
like a potato sack, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like the like the big old, like if you're getting like 1,000 potatoes
No,
kind
I
of
know it.
bag.
Yeah.
The cloth shit. Yeah, he's wearing that. With his legs out. You know what I'm saying? Just up to his arms are out of it, and it's tied up like that, right? The circle is like, in the middle of the dance floor, but there's like a little stairwell, right beside the circle. This nigga climbs the stairwell, bro. Takes the potato sack over his head, ties it up, and does a front flip into the circle and starts fucking it up.
That's crazy.
Nigga, and that was my introduction to him. On my mother.
He hit a
That was my
flip. He hit a
introduction.
fucking
That's how I
potato
met
sack.
him.
To the dance floor. Rise cause, man. What?
Bro, bro, I was there. Me and this, bro, he flips into the circle,
Tag
bro.
Rise cause, and
Niggas,
this is a
niggas,
clip for you, Rise
niggas
cause.
lost they fucking shit. Nigga, we hollered.
How did the whole club react? You got to tell me. How
Nigga,
did the place react?
no, that circle, we was, woo! Nigga, we was, woo! That nigga, and he started killing it, nigga. The circle was on fire.
Oh, damn.
Fire. You know what I'm saying? So that was the house shit. You know what I'm saying? Like going to Brown Rice and Barbecue, a Kebrew Lawn, Funky Circle, a Club Unity. Like these are like epic underground battle spots that we went to that threw dope ass shows. Like I saw some of the dopest shows I ever seen were at some of these events. And like I said, I joined the LA Breakers, and when I joined the LA Breakers, me and Captain Freeze started throwing a club called Funky Circle. And then one of our very first shows that we did was in 1993, and the picture is on my Instagram. In 1993, we did a show, me, Marvin Jones, which is Hobo, he's in that picture. Captain Freeze, who's in that picture, and Souls of Mischief.
93 till infinity. We know. We finna bang, bro.
And the reason why we do that show with Souls of Mischief in 1993 is because I work for BMG, and BMG owns Jive Records, and they're on Jive Zomba.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they come and perform at our club, and then we also have a battle that night.
Wait, man, wasn't 40 on Jive at that time too?
Yeah,
E40 was
they're
on
on
Jive
Jive
at that
Zomba
time.
in
Yeah.
'93. This is
Yeah.
when they just had the single on blue vinyl. That's how, bro. I've been in this, bro.
Yeah, you got,
Like
bro.
like
We
like
can interview for hours, bro.
bro, the events, like, bro, you're saying, like, before there was before there was a cell phone, like, this stuff is like you had to be there. Like I said, I remember the first time seeing Tupac perform with Digital Underground at Los Globos in downtown LA.
Right.
And when people be like, "Oh, Pac never danced," bro, bullshit. He's on the stage dancing, and this is like prior Humpty, like,
So this
before.
is before he got on the All Around the World the same song
Yeah,
track.
this is prior
This
to
is
that.
this,
This is
yeah,
prior to them putting out the Humpty song, and this is
right.
prior to that. Same song record. They
Yeah.
had like a set, sort of like the Funkadelics. You know what I'm saying? When niggas, had like a nigga dressed like this and nigga dressed like
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
Pac would wear a diaper and shit, and
Yeah.
get out there with like the Funkadelics. Pac put a diaper on, and he have like a doll or whatever. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, bro, they were wild on stage. But I remember going to the show, seeing Pac, dancing on stage with Digital Underground.
Right.
The second time I meet Pac, which would be at Club Flex in Hollywood. Now on Tuesdays I told you that Bud Bundy did Ballistics. You know what I'm
Ballistic.
saying? That same club on Thursdays was Club Flex. You know what I'm saying? Now on Thursdays it was called Club Flex, and the big boy from Power 106 in Los Angeles was the DJ for the club.
Right.
Now, I meet Big Boy before that. I meet Big Boy from Power 106 when he's the bodyguard of the Far Side.
Wow.
And I meet the Far Side at a pool party battle dancing against them niggas.
So for
Because they
people that
were
don't know the Far
dancers
Side, you talking
before they were
about
rappers.
she keeps on passing
Yes,
me
yes,
by.
the Far Side. When I meet the Far Side, they were dancers first. They were dancers first. And then they became rappers and stuff like that. But the first time I ever see Big Boy is at a Club Unity, and Big Boy is the bodyguard of the Far Side,
Okay.
and Fat Lip gets into a fight. This nigga Fat Lip get into a fight. You know what I'm saying? He get into a fight with a nigga. Yeah, yeah, Fat Lip, one of the members from Far Side, gets
Far
into a
Side,
fight
yeah.
at Club Unity. You know what I'm saying? And him and nigga squabbling or whatever, and Big Boy is the bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Big Boy come out with the burner. Man, you know
He
what I'm
come out
saying?
with the
Like,
blick.
yo,
Let me say
yeah,
the youngster term. He come out
yeah.
with the blick.
This is what he was a bodyguard. So yeah, Big Boy
Right.
was true with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
I met him
Yeah.
back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So everything like kind of connected. You know what I'm saying? So back, to what I was saying, I see Pac at Club Flex, and Pac is alone. No bodyguard, no extra people with him. He in the club dolo, and Big Boy shouts him out like, "Yo, Tupac up in here," or whatever. So Pac's like, "Yo, man, don't let nobody. I'm just in here." You know what I'm saying? And that's how he would be, you know what I'm saying, later down, after, like, once his, early fame. Because that particular club on Thursdays would also throw open mic, and it was thrown by Easy E. So Easy E would throw open mic at Club Flex, and that's how Will I Am got his deal with Ruthless Records. When he first came out with Puddles of H2O, the Atback Clan got his deal by winning open night with Easy E. Easy E would come there, Ice Cube would come there, Della Funky, Homo Sapien, they would all
Yeah.
come there to listen to the kids rap, to listen to everybody rap. They would come there, they would come to Project Blow, they would come to the other spots. What was the other spot that they did underground rap at back then, and just, you know what I'm saying, listen to underground talent. But yeah, Easy E would come there a lot. Man, I went to Easy E's funeral as a kid.
That's crazy, bro. Like
I went to
you
his
got so
funeral.
much history, bro. Like
Yeah, that's his
it's
funeral
funny
was
because we
open.
can like this interview could
Me
go
and
on for like
Marvin
3 hours.
Jones, me and Marvin Jones went to Easy E's funeral when we were teenagers because it was open to the public. So we went and we sat in the balcony and everything like that. And then later down as a young adult, I wound up working for Ruthless Records. But he had already passed away. I started working for his wife Tamika. So
So
yeah,
from your
I've been
perspective,
around, bro.
right? You're here. You're ingrained in hip hop and dance culture, house and everything, right? We gotta know from your perspective, like where did jerking come from? Who started it? Is there a specific name for it? How did you see it happening, especially from a house dancer?
Okay,
Because you're like modern hip hop, damn near. You know,
okay.
you're
So like I said, I come from the house dance era. As a teenager in the early in that era, I had other members, that dance.
right.
I lose contact with everybody over time because this is that era. There's no cell phone.
There's
There's
no, yeah, yeah.
like if you move away,
It's
I
a
don't know where the fuck you go. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
In the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, I come across one of the dancers from my junior high school '89 dance crew, and she's like, "Yo, there's this dance style called clown dancing. That's a lot like what we did as teenagers." And I was like, "Bullshit. There's nothing like that. There's nothing that's like that. That's impossible." So she invites me over to her house and introduces me to her guy, and he runs a clown group called One for All, and this is like 2003. And he is the DJ for Tommy the Clown. So
Okay,
I get to meet Tommy and all the clowns at that time at in the early years. I think clown movement starts like 91 or something like that. So like I meet it in his early years. Right before the movie Rise comes out, like I meet the clowns, and she introduces me to their style of dance. And when I see it, it has reminiscence of that style of dance. They have parts, you know what I'm saying? They just call it different things, but it's still what we did. So
right.
when the jerk part comes, it takes even more. Like the reject is the Roger Rabbit, and
Yeah, literally the
so
Roger
those are
Rabbit.
like
They
dances
call it
that
the
we
pin
did.
drop, the
Yeah,
drop.
the pin drop is a Colt 45 from breaking.
Yeah,
They were doing windmills and certain things that they were doing were coming from the breakdance era, were coming from the house dance era. You understand? So I was able to be like, yo, this is exactly all those dances I already know how to do.
right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying? So, I saw the jerk era parts in the early 2000s. Now,
right,
from my perspective, so I saw it in the clown movement, and then the crump part, and then I saw it like um, become its own thing.
right.
The dance formulates from the different parts of the connections of the communities. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like the Hoover Stomp, the Crip Walk, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
as they implement those parts in, you see the dance evolve. And then the music,
Music.
coincides. So
Right.
so to answer your question, yes, I saw it early 2000s, but the average person will maybe say like '08 because of the You're a Jerk record.
Right, because of the record. So
Yeah, so the You're a
what
Jerk
is
record.
your influence in the drug movement now? Because you're coming into it, you're an older guy and everything, and you've had experience through house and all that. How did you use your network, or how did you help the drug movement?
Well, I was working for Warner Brothers. Um, I was working for Warner Brothers, and I was also working for Nesta. Nesta is a clothing line out of Japan. It's Bob Marley, Bob Nesta Marley.
That's the
And Bob Nesta is his middle name, Marley.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was working for Nesta, and I was working for Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers signs the New Boys. So that's how that connection comes about. The fact that they have a song that's connected to Jerkin,
Mm-hmm.
and I've already been connected to it for 3, 4, 5 years, it was an easy connection. Their manager at the time, I knew her prior to meeting them. So their manager was a singer, and she was putting out a record on Reprise, and Reprise is a subsidiary off of Warner Brothers. So I knew their manager, and she had introduced them to me at the Magic Show. The Magic Show is a
The
clothing
Vegas
industry
Magic Show.
in Vegas. Yeah, she introduced me to them at the Magic Show, and I was at the Magic Show with Nesta, and then she was like, "Yo, this is a group called the New Boys, and they have a song called You're a Jerk." And they were playing it in the high desert radio stations. It was blowing up out there, and the action figures were living out there at the time. So my man A.F. Gary was living out that way at that time. So he was fueling. They had the action figures, they had Living Color. What I'm saying? They had like Jerkin crews in those early years fueling it when that You're a Jerk record hit out in the high desert Temecula area. And then when it hit the radio station, it was crazy.
It was a rap.
But in those early years, I had the record, and I was doing like the school tours and stuff with the group. Again at Magic, what I'm saying? I clicked up with Velato, which was the shoe brand, and then I
Right.
brought Velato footwear into.
Which became like a dancing,
Yeah,
basically a
well,
dance.
yeah. Once I brought in Velato,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, the jerk movement is more of a hip hop culture cluster. It has everything. Like when you think of hip hop has a language. The music. It has a style. It has a sound. The same thing with
Yeah.
the jerk movement. It has a dance style. It has a dress style. It has the music. It has a certain thing that we wear. Like when you thought of breaking in the '80s, you thought of Puma. When you think of jerking, you think of Vans, Velatos. You know what I'm saying? Supra. That's what we wore. And then eventually once the cool kids, Tyga
Yeah.
or Justin Bieber, Will Smith's son, Jada Smith, started wearing that style, they start calling it the swag era. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But it was just the jerk movement accepted. Because in the early years, they dissed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all wearing the skinny jeans and the colored
Yeah, I know.
prints and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bright
yeah.
colors. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is 80s. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, it's an extension of the subculture of the LA basis of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And it
So
was
where's
it
the
wasn't accepted in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Niggas dissed it. It was making all kind of memes and jokes about skinnies or whatever. And then now everybody rocks skinnies. I rock skinnies. I rock skinnies. You know what I'm saying?
where's the
Now
jerk
everybody
movement
rocks
going right
skinnies.
now? Like, what would you say? What's the direction of it? Because some people like it was
My
very
man,
popular, popularized, and then it kind of went to it went mainstream, and then like even up here, like you in the Bay, I'm down in SoCal, but in the Bay, it was popular. It rides. It kind of flatlined to us because it's like you stop hearing about it so much. But where's the jerk movement now? Because you sent me some videos of some crazy shit.
just like breaking or just like any hip hop form is gonna have its peaks and valleys. Saying so you're gonna see times where it's at its highest points and everybody gonna be like the nostalgia part, like yo, I remember when nothing will be ever as good as the first time, my
The
man.
first
You know
time
what I'm saying,
around.
my G. Let's keep it a funky one. You know what I'm saying? Keep it
Right.
a funky
Yeah.
one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's never gonna be as good as the first time. You know what I'm saying? But as a hip hop head, what I'm saying, like a cat that's been in it, I've seen it come and go like the sun moves around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at this point, man, Young Sam got a banger out
Yes.
right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, speak on that. What's going
Produced
on with
by ISIS. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole EP coming out right now, produced by ISIS. That's coming out in October. Marvel Inc. got, music coming back. They back in the studio. Showtime, Johnny, Deuce, and Bravo.
Right.
And Breakfast Club, we got music out. Schoolie got music out. Penny Lane got music out. Young Incredible got music out. J20 got music out. You know what I'm saying? My man Kane got music out. So it's there if you're looking for it. But if you're just like the casual, I was there when the You're a Jerk days and I did it in, middle school or high school or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's that. But
Bro,
cats
I
don't
didn't even
stop
get into
making
that. You
records.
said breakfast. You said Breakfast Club
Yeah,
before because we got a short time. I'm not gonna hold you,
yeah, yeah.
but let me ask you about the Breakfast Club. Tell the people about the Breakfast Club.
Okay, so Breakfast Club starts with me and Nino West in the early parts, and then we add in Schoolboy, rest in peace, my man Schoolboy who passed away. Fly Kid, I meet Fly Kid through the New Boys because he's on the New Boys' first album, and then he joins the group. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And Schoolboy's little brother and Penny Lane. So we put out records. We have hit records in the movement, but we still put out records today. You know what I'm saying? But Breakfast Club is one of the musical staples of the jerk movement, as
Right.
far as the dance and then the music part, like a Young Sam or a Young Incredible. We made the music that perpetuated the rhythms, the dance part.
Right. So where can people follow like you at the Breakfast Club? Everything.
My
Give it all
IG,
the social media handles. Give it all, bro.
IG is kidsoul_breakfast club. You know what I'm saying? You can hit me there. You know what I'm saying? But also, I've been rocking this for like the hardcore cats. On Facebook, I have a like page, which is the Jerk Movement. And I post everything nostalgic and brand new. So, you'd be surprised. Like, we get together, and we down to get together. We throw a lot of functions. I throw functions still, you know what I'm saying? I still have, venues here in LA, so we still throw functions and stuff.
And I gotta come through, bro. I literally
Yeah,
live in North
man.
Hollywood, bro. I
Yeah.
live in
You know
Studio
what I'm
City,
saying?
on the border, basically, man. I
Yeah,
gotta come.
man. We throw functions. You know what I'm saying? Our music is our music. Just like cats listen to trap, dub, house, whatever you listen to. That's a subculture of hip hop. So is jerk music. You know what I'm saying? Uh, we got some bangers. We got slappers. You can't tell me we
Yeah.
don't got slappers. If those records came on, you wouldn't dance. You know what I'm saying? Nostalgic or not, they still bang. You know what I'm saying? My shit, bang. You know what I'm saying? You love these records. The tipping. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that niggas don't still fuck with these records. You know what I'm saying? Tool Time. You know what I'm saying? It's nine me. Like these are classic records. And Young Sam's new record, Corner to Corner. You know what I'm saying?
No, Young Sam
these,
is
these records these records still slap. It's a part of who we are. I'm not ashamed of that. You know what I'm saying? If Cass can do trap music, you know what I'm saying, I can do jerk music. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, you don't. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with it. I'm okay with cats not being a fan of what I do,
yeah.
and I'm fine with cats that do fuck with what we do. You know what I'm saying? But I know we'll give a good show. So if you ever come to one of our events, if you ever come to one of our joints, you know what I'm saying, we put on. My videos gets hundreds of thousands into the millions of views. So
Right.
somebody out there like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These videos are getting millions of views. You know what I'm saying? So people are definitely fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ashamed to enjoy hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That be my
Right. No,
thing.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh man, I got a kid, or bro, people work, bro. You know what I'm saying? You want to do the 9 to 5 thing, man. You still want to get out there and hoop, go out there and hoop. You
Go
still
out
want to
there and
make
be a
music,
man.
make music. You still want to dance, dance. Enjoy
Right.
life one time. That's it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Before you can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever you want to do. I still enjoy hip hop. Hip hop is something I really love. I still enjoy seeing, that raw essence of the dance. You know what I'm saying? Like going into them small spaces where you can fit 100 people and niggas is in there just
Just get there.
just
Yeah.
going at
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
that raw energy and them thumping ass beats where you hearing these grimier versions of records. And niggas is in there just emotions just, flaring out with hip hop. That passion of it is still in me. And that drives my pen when I write records
Right.
and when I hear beats, you know what I'm saying? So music is still, what I want to do. And I still hold cats, you know what I'm saying, fuck with Breakfast Club, Young Sam, Marvel Inc., The Rangers, You know what I'm saying? Young Incredible, J20. Whenever these records come out, man, support it. Come to our pages, follow, subscribe, like, you know what I'm saying? Jerkaholics, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jerkaholics. Jerkaholics, my man Tone, Crazy for Ink, you know what I'm saying? All those brands that we bringing back, you know what I'm saying, for people to enjoy, you know,
Right.
um, you know, uh, getting back out there and touring again, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Kane, you know what I'm saying, for being inspirational with this, man. So yeah, for those who don't know, we if you want to say welcome back, we back, but we never left technically. We never left technically.
I just appreciate you coming because like bro, like we gonna have to have a part two because there's so
Yeah,
much
yeah,
questions
yeah.
I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
ask
yeah.
I didn't ask, but this right here was fire, and I appreciate you even coming and responding. I we'll get into that. We'll get into the rest later. I want to save it, bro, because I gotta
Yeah,
have you
yeah.
come again,
Yeah,
bro.
no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? If anybody got any questions, put them in the comments and then I'll try to, ask them on the next one. And yes, I'm willing to set up any battles between any other styles. Like if
The light fit,
light feeders wanna do something, let's do it.
man.
If the Turfers want to do something, let's do it. We're
Yeah,
adults, so therefore we know
yeah,
how to book venues. We know how to set up tickets and flights and
yeah.
hotels. We ain't like, okay, cool, show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the same. If we're gonna do an event in my city, you'll have all the courtesies of it. You know what I'm saying,
Right.
and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
I
So let's
respect
let's
that,
work.
man. Bro, Kid Soul, shout out to Kid Soul, man.
Yeah, yeah,
I appreciate you being here. He gonna be back, y'all, because there's so much
yeah,
questions
yeah,
we got.
yeah.
We got so much. You got so much experience and knowledge in just the culture in general, just with the music, with the dance. It's crazy. Like I felt like I
No,
didn't
you ain't
ask you no
even you.
questions, bro. We just talking. But I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you go,
We
people.
haven't got to those, bro. We haven't got to those. I don't know about on no baby oil. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. There are some. You know,
It's
a
some
brother
wild
presents
shit going
some
on,
very
bro.
good parties. You know what I'm saying? Some really good parties.
But
But there are
shout out to you,
rooms
bro.
inside of rooms. I can tell you that.
He gonna be back, y'all. Shout out to y'all, all the followers, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Turfn
yeah.
101. Like I said, Instagram, YouTube,
Yeah, yeah.
TURFN
Kid
underscore
Soul underscore Breakfast Club. Kid Soul underscore Breakfast Club.
Kids Soul
Los
Breakfast
Angeles
Club,
Jerk
y'all.
Movement, you know what I'm saying? Breakfast Club. Shout out to Jerkaholics, my man Young Sam, corner to corner
We
out right now. You can get that on all platforms.
right. I appreciate you, my bro.
All right, one love. Peace.